let's talk about your setup a little bit. Like, first, is it just you? In the videos, it seems like it's just you. What's the best editing app for YouTube videos?
That's up in the air.
Advice for people traveling?
We need to get to the bottom of this, and we need to get to the bottom fast.
For those who don't know, although at least 1 million of you do know, Collin is a YouTube star. Started his channel in 2012 and has over 1.6 million subscribers. It's all him traveling around the world, experiencing different countries, bartering and going into marketplaces and negotiating for the best deals. Taught English in a Chinese university, documented that. Yeah, so it is awesome to have you here.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
So let's talk about your setup a little bit. Like, first, is it just you? In the videos, it seems like it's just you. Are there other people in the background?
The only time I'm ever getting helped is if I'm doing a collaboration with someone. So like they come in my video, maybe they'll shoot some video, like some B-roll, and then I'll do the same for them for their video. But other than that, I'm just 100% all me. Film, shoot, edit. Yeah.
So what kind of camera and microphones do you use?
Okay, well, I got all my gear right here, so we'll do a little show and tell.
Yeah, please.
So this is my my Panasonic GH5. I've used this for 4 years now. I love this thing. My favorite camera in the world. I'm about to upgrade it to the GH6 like next month or so. And yeah, the lens is amazing too. It's a really wide angle lens. Love it. This is my secondary camera, Sony A7 III. I use it for like B-roll. I haven't really used it too much, so I'm going to sell it and upgrade that to something else that I will use. As far as audio, as we all know, audio is the most important thing when it comes to video, even more important than the actual video quality itself. So what I do is I use a lav mic. I clip it up right to here, connect it into something called the Zoom H1 audio recorder. What I like about this is that it just gets my voice mostly. It doesn't get like any of the surrounding ambience or anything. And I like that because I subtitle the other person I'm talking to anyways. So it's just like me narrating pretty much. If anything's wrong with this and like the audio doesn't come out, at least I got a backup audio with the camera, right? 2 audio sources. And then for my super smooth shots, I use this Moza Air 2S. I just upgraded to this a little bit ago, but I kind of already broke it. I don't know. It kind of made me mad. I don't know. I might have to get a new one because, like, as you can see, the joystick is like, I don't know. I tried opening it up, fixing whatever. But
it's under warranty?
I love this thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see. I got it in Greece, so I don't know if I'd have to go back there. But anywho, so that's the electronic stabilizer. My first stabilizer I ever had was the Glidecam. So this is a weighted stabilizer. Right here, you can see put weights on it and whatnot. So this won't like break. What I like about this compared to like the electronic ones is like this, it has like more of like a natural motion to it, where that has more like a, I don't know, it's a very, very small nuance, but I think after you use it a while, you get to understand it. But yeah, I use this for also, I get a lot of questions. How do you stay safe while traveling? When I have my camera on top of this and people see me holding this, I think people will like second guess. It could double as like, if somebody's attacking me or something, you just flip this around. This is like pure metal. So so this is kind of like a deterrent.
It also makes it seem much less like you could grab the camera and successfully,
exactly,
throw it in your bag and run off, right?
Everything about being safe while traveling is about having deterrence. If you can just avoid any conflict or any confrontation, it's like 90% of how safe you'll be, pretty much. So yeah, that's it regarding. I mean, I have other like 360 action cameras and things like that, but other than that, that's just my main setup. Pretty kind of compact. So
Insomnia Doodle says, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume you do a lot of video editing on flights and trains. Is that right?
No, I will not. Like, I need, here, I'll show you my setup right now. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it. So I have like this laptop stand, keyboard,
nice.
all this, mouse, like I need all this to edit pretty much. Like I need my workspace to be perfect. Keyboard, mouse, laptop stand, like laptop at eye level. So sometimes I'll transfer footage and whatnot, but like as far as like heavy editing, I can't do it.
What's the best editing app for YouTube videos?
That's up in the air. It's just it's whatever you get accustomed to, right? Some people will say this, some people will say that. I would say that editing software I use is good for starting out. I mean, I still use it 10 years later and I'm I'm still using it, but it's a good starting video editor for sure. I think it's very intuitive. It's called Power Director. Maybe you want to switch off into something more like Adobe Premiere or like Sony Vegas or something. So those are just a couple.
Yeah, I used Premiere a lot before I went all live.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to start using Premiere once I get that VR channel, getting all that VR equipment, because I don't think there's a plugin for my editing software. So
you have a couple other channels. Are you gonna post the other channels anymore? Or?
Yeah, so I'm glad people are bringing that up because I still do have plans for those channels. I'm glad I have those up because I do have some people following those to where when I am ready to post content, I do want to get into VR filmmaking. So I want to get into like VR traveling. So I think with one of the other channels, that's what I'm going to do. More like just, maybe eating food or just like exploring the area. Bargaining for sure. But I definitely want to get that up and running because I feel like that's going to be quite big in the future.
So what do you think? Yeah. Get one of those 360-degree cameras? Is that what you're thinking? And walk around with it? Or are you thinking, I don't know, something else? What do you mean traveling in VR?
Yeah, okay. So I do already have like the Insta360. I have like a couple of those cameras. And although they're good for like if you're watching it on your phone and like you're watching it like this, it's really not up to standards, I think, when you watch it within a headset, like quality wise. So I'm going to upgrade. There's this lens for the Canon EOS R5. It's a 180-degree dual fisheye lens, and the quality is just insane. So I'm going to be grabbing that, and we're going to head out with that, and hopefully it's good enough for the headset. I've already tried it. So that's something I definitely want to get into, as I'm a huge fan of VR, everything VR.
So are you going to have it on a gimbal and stuff to stabilize it? I sort of wonder if people would be sick with you walked, right?
Yeah, that's something I'm still going to have to hash out. I think because the focal or the degree, the angle of degree is 180 degrees. It won't be as shaky. Well, I'll have to play it, figure it out. But if I need to, I got the gimbals all ready to go. I got to put it on this thing right here. So
yeah,
we're all good.
Yeah, obviously they make a huge difference.
Yeah, they do, absolutely.
Stabilizing your video. So you use Speedify, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I actually have. At the time I discovered Speedify was right before. It was like probably the best time because right before, in 2019, early 2020, when the lockdowns were starting to come up, I had just traveled into Egypt, and then like a week later there was lockdowns. Obviously, being a content creator, you need good internet to upload. And I hadn't known this, but at the time, Egypt's like they rank like bottom 10 when it comes to internet in the world. Even like the locals there, they're like, "What do you do in here?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just making YouTube videos, and I'm gonna base out of here for a little bit because I'm locked down here, right?" And they're like, "You came to like the last country you should come to as like a digital nomad." I was like, "Well, okay, at least all these internet problems I was having in my hotel room, yeah, at least I wasn't the only one experiencing this." But that's where Speedify came in, and then I realized. Because at first I thought it was just a VPN, but then my buddy told me you can connect multiple internet sources together. So I went out and I bought like 2 or 3 USB Wi-Fi dongles, another SIM card. So as I'm uploading a video, I'm connected to like 3 internet connections at once. And it surprisingly, like a good 20-minute video would upload in like 2 hours, which was good. I was like, nice. I think without having... Because the problem is the internet there drops a lot. And so when it's dropping a lot when you upload it, it really, really extends your upload time. So yeah, a lot of times it has to go back and start parts over and stuff, right? So in a way, like Speedify really helped in that aspect. And that's why I was excited to come on here because it's a product.
Nice.
I like. I live by.
I love hearing these success stories.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, I'll be real quick. So Speedify is my app, our app here, which lets you use multiple internet connections at the same time. So in the background, I'm using 3 internet connections at once. I've got the Ethernet plugged into Comcast, and I have these 2 cell phones hooked up to it. Right now, everything's working fine. So it's just using the Comcast. But if anything went wrong, which it did yesterday, the cellular connections would kick in and keep me online. It's awesome to hear that
I'm currently connected to it. Yeah, I'm on 2 internets right now as well. So
you're not actually a live streamer, right? You upload videos to YouTube.
Yeah.
I guess live streaming is probably impossible in a lot of places you go, right?
I think you would be able to do it quite easily. I know some travel streamers, they don't really have too much of an issue. One actually messaged me today or yesterday because on the app of Speedify it said my name, and she's like, "Whoa, what are you doing on the homepage?" Because she uses it for her traveling, for her in real life streams and everything. And I don't know where she's at now, but she's always randomly in other places. So yeah, I think it's quite doable. I just never really, I've done it a couple times before. I just never really stuck to it. I don't know. There's just something about like creating a video that I like more. So
advice for people traveling, people gonna get out there.
Yeah.
Go international.
I would say my biggest advice is obviously always keep an open mind. Don't let stories you read online scare you into not even starting to travel to begin with, because I even catch myself doing this. Like, this is why I completely stopped like reading about countries online, is because every time I go online and read about a country, there's nothing ever good spoken about that country. It's always somebody's worst experience ever. And that stuff like sits with you. It's like, am I making the right choice by going to this country? It almost stopped me from catching a flight one time just because I was like, I did it, like, it just sounded so bad. So yeah, that would be probably my biggest advice is if you go, if you do research, try not to let that get under your skin, because everywhere you go, everywhere you talk, or everywhere you research is going to have something really bad said about it. And it's going to scare you. You're going to get scared. And travel these days are easy. Everybody has booking apps, Uber, you can book a hotel, whatever. Yeah, I would say just do it and experience it for yourself. And understand that everybody in the world is the same. The only thing that separates us in the world are our governments and like variations within cultures. But everybody down to the core wants the same thing in the world: to be loved, be well, or happy, healthy, with family, and I guess wealthy too. But everybody in the world is the same. We're just separated by our cultural differences, is what I want to explain.